Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bui. For those of you who are new to my channel, for my returning subscribers, a warm welcome to you. If you are new to my channel, please do subscribe. Please join the family. I'd like to first and foremost start off by apologizing because earlier on this year I had promised that I would be uploading on YouTube more frequently, and I did the exact opposite of that, and I just needed some time to focus on myself, to just go through life. Life these days is just not as we know it before, so I needed some time to just breathe, woosah, think about what I want, what I don't want, etc, etc. But I'm back, and I'm back with a bang. So I'm gonna be doing a few Q&As. Well, as you can see from today's title, it's going to be a question and answer. So I asked some people to ask me some questions, and I'm going to be answering them on this video. So do stay tuned, do enjoy this video, and do let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section. Question number 1 says, how's it like being a big sister? This should be such an easy question to answer because it's like so straightforward, but it's really not. Like, it's not at all. But being a big sister is like one of the biggest blessings that I've ever gotten. Like, I'm forever grateful to God to have given me an opportunity to be a big sister. I have 2 younger siblings. Their name are Faith and Hope. They're twins. They're fraternal twins. And a funny story, like, my parents actually allowed me to name them when they were born. So I named the other twin Faith and the other twin Hope, and I love them so much. And the honest truth is that being a bigger sister is basically just like having a love-hate relationship with your sibling. Like, you love them, but they annoy you. Like, their job is to just annoy you, but you can't help but love them because that's your sister, and you have to take care of them and guard them with everything that you have, So yeah, it's one of the best things that has ever happened to me, and I feel like, I love them. The next question says, what's my biggest pet peeve? So I don't completely 100% understand this question, but I do understand this question. If you're talking pet peeve in terms of the opposite sex, like guys, it would definitely have to be terrible hygiene. Like, that's where I draw that. Like, I can't, no. And then my other pet peeve will definitely have to be someone who like states their insecurities all the time. It just shows emasculinity. Is that even a word? Emasculinity? English. Yeah, if that's a real word, then yeah, it makes me know. But the next question says, what's your dream job? I don't have a dream job. I really don't. Because I'm someone who is very like diverse. I'm like a creative, so I could literally wake up tomorrow and decide I don't want to do this anymore, because I'm so invested into so many aspects of the creative world that I'm just a creative. I don't think I can stick to one thing. To some people that may sound like a terrible thing, but to me it just means I'm a diverse person. So I dabble into different things, and anything that I can express myself in, I'm definitely there. So I'm a makeup artist. That's my passion. Face Beats by Bui, shout out, yeah, so that's my passion. I'm a makeup artist, and I also have a podcast. I'm very self-expressive. Like, that's how I channel like my feelings and my emotions. I do creative things. That's how I deal with things. So in my podcast, I talk about like how I'm feeling or blah 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 blah. You get what I mean. So and then I have my YouTube. YouTube, really, I know I'm barely here, but guys, I'll try. I'll try and be different. I will really try. So with shooting and filming, that's also how I like, it's therapeutic for me. Yeah, so this year I think I'd like to actually get into more things in the creative sector. Yeah, because that's just what I like. It's what I like and it's what I'm good at. When I grew up, my dream job was to be a news reporter at some point. I think I was in grade 2 when I said that. I wanted to be a news reporter. I don't know, man. Like, you know, when you're a kid, you want to be one thing. When you get to like high school, you want to be another thing. When you get to varsity, you decide you want to be something else. Like, it's just a never-ending cycle of just discovering yourself. Like one thing is actually a step to another thing that you're probably destined to be. And then in high school, I actually wanted to be a chef. I wanted to become a chef. And then yeah, the rest is history. Like, let's not even get into that. But yeah, so I'm not fixed. Like, I'm not like I don't have like a fixed thing that I would like to do, because I am a multi-talented young lady. Well, I'd love to believe I am. The next question says, what would be the ideal place to grow your makeup or beauty craft? I'd like to believe probably South Africa. And why I say South Africa is not just because I'm being cliche, but because I feel like there are more opportunities that side for someone to grow, especially in my industry, like in the makeup industry. Definitely there's a lot of competition there because there are more people who are already in that industry, and just the population at large, there are more people. But I feel like that if I was to spread my wings, I'd definitely spread my wings that side. And yeah. Next question says, hey, toughest thing about dealing with clients and bridal clients. I think for me personally as a makeup artist, but I think most of my colleagues can relate to this. The toughest thing about dealing with clients is just meeting different personalities every time. Like, you never know what kind of personality you'll meet. But luckily for me, I don't think I should say luckily for me. It's just that I'm naturally good with communicating with people, like interacting with new people, especially clients. Like, it's easy for me. Like, it's very, very easy. So I never really struggle to gel, or shall I say connect with my clients. It's just something I've been naturally given. I'd like to call it a gift. Yeah. But I think it would have to be time. That's the hardest thing about dealing with clients, time management. Because most of the time, like, you know, you have like your schedule that you create as an entrepreneur for that day, or for that week, or for that month. So time, it's always hard when maybe the client doesn't like maybe understand that you have a schedule, that if they've booked you, it's not just them that have booked you, that maybe there are other people who have booked you for that day, you know. So I'd like to think it's probably number one will have to be time, and then number two will have to be trying to maybe explain to a client why a certain look wouldn't work on them without sounding offensive. It's always very hard to explain to someone that, no, I'm not gonna do this on you because it won't complement certain features of yours, you know, like that's also another challenge I'd like to believe makeup artists usually have with their clients. And then I think the final thing I'd have to say is like the toughest thing about dealing with clients is maybe like getting them to like understand why maybe you charge a certain way, like trying to explain, you know, that that whole I think I have a video on why makeup artists charge the way they charge. You can just have a look at that video if maybe you'd like to know more about that. But I think that's about it, man. I love my clients personally. My clients love me. Like, we have healthy relationships, you know. So that's actually that's all I think from my end. I think that's all. The next question reads, how do you deal with criticism? Now this question is kind of broad, but I'll try and maybe answer it according to how I understand this question. Criticism can be in two ways. It can either be constructive criticism, or it can be criticism that's just meant to bring you down. So, for example, I grew up my whole life with people telling me I'm fat, you know, like I think from as young as I can remember, I've just always had people tell me I'm fat. And do I think that's constructive criticism? No. But the only thing I can say I did wrong growing up was to absorb that criticism and make it like give me things like body dysmorphia. Like, I grew up my whole life just thinking I'm a fat blob because I absorbed that criticism instead of just understanding that, you know, certain criticism you're not supposed to take it in, you're just supposed to listen and let it pass by. So I tend to look at like pictures of me from like 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm like, I was so light. Like, in terms of weight, I was so light, but in my head I thought I was so fat. So I realized that I actually had body dysmorphia because of people's words or that criticism that is just meant to bring you down. So right now, currently, criticism that's meant to like just bring me down, I don't absorb it. I listen to it. I don't let it get into me. Like, I don't absorb it. It bounces off me like, boop. Ain't got time for that. Ciao. And constructive criticism, yes, I do actually listen and I process and I hear, okay, if I'm doing this wrong, I try to rectify my mistakes and try and do things better. So that's how I deal with criticism. I listen, I process, then I try to rectify. But if it comes to things like maybe makeup, or, you know, if someone tells me, for example, I don't like the way you do your eyebrows, if it's not someone who's like benefiting my company, I'm not really gonna listen to it, because I think that's just their preference, and they just don't like it. I can't stop someone from not liking something, you know what I mean? Not to say someone said that to me, but if it's maybe like a client of mine and they tell me, I don't like the way you did this today, just try and, you know, fix it or tweak it a bit, I don't take any offense to that, because at the end of the day, that's my client. I need to make sure my client is happy. But at the same time, I don't take unrealistic criticism, like whereby someone is just completely dissatisfied with something that like most people are satisfied with. They're like, no, I don't deal with that. The next question reads, what's your take on guys not reciprocating? Honestly, if I feel like I'm giving out energy and I'm not receiving the same energy, you're gone. Poof. Blocked. Deleted. Like, I'm not gonna, I don't entertain people who don't, besides guys in general, I don't tolerate that. If I'm giving you 100% and you're giving me 30% in return, you have no place in my life, and that's just how I am, and that's just how it should be. Actually, we need to stop tolerating terrible behavior just for the sake of I've known this person for so long, or this or that, or no, oh, we've been through this and this together. No, like, we as human beings, like, we can only deal with, no, like, I don't tolerate that. Like, that's a no for me. Like, if I'm trying to make time and someone's not trying to make time, you're blocked or you're cut off. Or if I'm putting in effort and you're not putting in effort, you're blocked. That's just how it is. That's just how I am personally. So I do not tolerate that at all. The next question reads, why did you stop doing master classes? I get this a lot, like more than you'd think. Or some people actually, people who like are only meeting me maybe like in 2022, like now, they actually ask me like, why don't you teach? Like, have you thought of doing, A, B, C, D? And I'm like, I used to. Like, it's always a shock to most people that I actually did used to do master classes. Like, I think I did my first one in 2018. I was 21 at the time when I did my first master class, and it was quite good. It was really good. I had partnered up with someone who owns a makeup brand in Motswana, and it was good. It was okay. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But the thing is, with master classes, it's like an event. You have to take it seriously. You have to find a venue. You have to, in most cases, you have to pay for a venue for X amount of time. You have to, there's a lot of work that goes into it. So I did my second one still in 2018. It was still in 2018, but towards the end of the year, and it was also good. My only problem is that with things like master classes currently, like, okay, not currently, but at the time, it's like you have to follow up a lot of people. Sometimes people will want to like ask if you can possibly change the dates because something came up or something, like, and then in 2019 I wanted to do another master class, but I had started working like a job, a 9 to 5. I was working at MAC Cosmetics, so my schedule was always different every month. Like, I couldn't, like, with an event you have to be able to plan ahead. Like, you have to be able to, like, you have to be flexible. You can't just be rigid. So with the schedule and the schedule changing every month, like, it was too much for me to process all of that. Like, what if something comes up and then I have to work on the day that I had said I'd have my event, my masterclass, So yeah, I didn't have the time to do a masterclass, but I was still doing one-on-ones on days whereby I was off. So I have still been teaching, but just not, I wasn't doing it in like a group setting or whereby it's like an event and people, come to a certain venue and there's snacks and this and that. No, I discarded that because I was busy. Yeah, but I would like to bring back tutorials, like group tutorials, but not doing it as like an event as such. Like, you know, just intimate group settings, you know, of 5. I've decided I'm gonna stop 5, like just a group of 5 friends who'd like to learn how to maybe do the basic day makeup, you know. So yeah, that's what I'd like to do for now. And then as time goes by, we'll see if I will like to do it at like a larger scale. So yeah, I think that answers it. The next question reads, how's your new place? I like my new place. I like it a lot because I'm living alone now, and where I was staying before I was sharing. So sharing can be a bit you know, exhausting because you're in a house with different personalities and you have to adjust to those different personalities. So when you're sharing, you're in your own space, but you're not really in your own space. So where I stay now, like, I'm alone. So yeah, I love it personally because also I'm an introvert. I don't like dealing with like a lot of people. Like, I like my silence. I like to be able to think. I like to just do things at my own time. Also, yeah, when I'm staying alone, it's better because I'm absorbing less energy. The thing with me is that like I pick up on energy very easily. So when you're staying with people, oh my god, I had a tendency of like picking up energy. So that's another topic for another day also. But I love living alone. I love it. It's very refreshing. It's just chef's kiss. The next question the next question reads, would you date a man who earned less than you? No. I'm gonna say this one more time. No. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I would never do that. And I'm not saying that just because I like money. I mean, who doesn't like money? Money makes the world go round. I'm saying this because most of the time, if you're earning more money than your man, they will tend to be very insecure. Because they feel that because you are making more money than them, you have control or power over them, which in most cases it's usually like an insecurity type of thing. Like, it's just their insecurities clouding their judgment. And then another thing also is that those people tend to be more controlling, like, which I know actually sounds like, wouldn't you expect a man with more money than you to be the one who's actually more controlling? But guys who earn less than what their women make tend to be controlling because they are trying to compensate for the fact that they are earning less. So they're trying to be like the man of the house by being controlling, which just doesn't even make sense to me. Like, why? And then also another thing is that if I'm making X amount and the man is making less than me, equation high balance. Like, if I can afford to do certain things for myself and then I meet someone who can't even do that bare minimum for me, let alone more, no. It won't work out. The next question is, why is bots so slow? Child, I don't know. I don't know. I ask myself the same question every day, and the answer is I don't know. But one thing I can say is that we tend to criticize everything as Botswana. We criticize things before we've given them a chance, and I think that's what causes us to seem like we're backwards or we're slow. You know, I'm pretty sure, for example, if someone was to introduce something like Uber, the Uber app in Botswana, we'd all complain and say that we don't have data. Data is expensive, so we can't download the app. We can't track how far our drivers are because data is expensive. Like, we always criticize or complain before we've even given something a chance. So I'd like to say maybe that's my answer as to why things are slow in Botswana. The next question reads, Nigerian makeup artists or other makeup artists, what's your take on the way they do makeup? This question is kind of, I don't really understand it, but I kind of understand it, because Nigerian makeup artists do have a certain way they apply makeup. And the thing is, I think I'll have to say I'm 50-50. I like the way Nigerian makeup artists actually do their makeup these days. These days I like the way they do their makeup. The whole faint brows thing, going on. Like, I love the direction they're taking in terms of eyebrows and the way they take so much time prepping skin, because skin prep is what really defines the makeup once it's done. Like, so. And yeah, most of the makeup artists I follow on Instagram are actually Nigerian makeup artists, come to think of it. I love their work ethic. I love the way they manage their social media and the content they put out there. It's like you're watching a movie, So yeah, but I do also like makeup artists from other countries. I do follow some makeup artists in America, makeup artists in the UK. Yeah, I really just like what I like, and then what I don't like, I just don't follow, So yeah. And the last question reads as follows. Why don't sorry about that. The question reads as, why don't you like Tswana men? Who said that? Who said that? I mean, it's not that it's not true, but probably because of post-traumatic stress disorder. Like, I feel like if I have a bad experience, chances are it's just gonna, I won't wanna put myself through the same thing again. It's not that I don't like Tswana men. They just do things in a certain way that maybe I don't like, yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for the support. I would appreciate it if you would leave a comment down below of what you thought of this video. Also, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I love you guys. Bye.